The Journal of Physical Fitness Sports Medicine confirms that blood flow volume is linked to muscle protein synthesis, both during and after training. And the American Journal of Physiology suggests that the combination of increasing blood flow and amino acid availability provides an anabolic stimulus to the muscle. The findings from these researchers are crystal clear. Muscle protein synthesis is activated by a strong, nutrient-rich flow of blood to the muscles. But when you suffer from vascular gridlock caused by excessive amounts of caffeine, it squeezes shut your blood flow, robbing you of your recovery and muscle-building potential. That means all the hard work you put in, every rep, every set, every drop of sweat, simply isn't translating into the muscle growth you crave. Now let me be very clear, I'm not anti-caffeine. Without a doubt, caffeine is the world's most powerful natural stimulant on the market today to enhance performance in the gym. However, when dosed incorrectly or abused, as most pre-workout supplement companies do, it comes at a steep price. Not just to your gains at the gym, your overall health is affected too. Think about it. When you have vascular gridlock and the veins carrying nutrient-rich blood are squeezed tight, your blood can't reach your other vital organs like your kidneys, liver, adrenal glands, brain, and more. So is it really any surprise a 2019 study led by a Mayo Clinic researcher reported that 54% of pre-workout consumers reported side effects like nausea, skin tingling, and a racing heart? Maybe you've even experienced this yourself. Now you might be thinking, could a high dose of caffeine really hold back my gains? Or even worse, my health? Consider this. Caffeine has a 6-hour half-life, which means a high dose of caffeine can cause at least 6 hours of blood flow restriction, affecting you long after you racked your last weight and went home. Even 12 hours later, a quarter of it remains in your system. So if you consumed an excessive amount of caffeine in the evening before your workout, you could be starving your muscles of the nutrient-rich blood it needs until the early hours of the next morning. So if too much caffeine is the problem, then what dose should you take to enhance your gym performance? Well, remember that Texas study we talked about earlier. After running multiple tests, analyzing their data carefully, researchers found that a caffeine dose of up to 200 milligrams is the sweet spot to avoid the vascular gridlock effect and the restriction to your blood flow. Now, before you rush off to Whole Foods or search Amazon for a 200 milligram caffeine supplement, you should know that most caffeine supplements on the market are loaded with cheap fillers and preservatives hidden behind a label you can barely read. Even more important, through my research, I uncovered that it's not just about the right dose of caffeine. It's about pairing it with the right nutrients to truly maximize gym performance, sustain energy levels, and fuel real muscle growth. Turns out there's just 5 nutrients that work synergistically with caffeine to supercharge your workouts. Let's start with the anhydrous form of caffeine, the cleanest, purest source of caffeine from God's green earth. It's rapidly absorbed in just 15 minutes, contains no gunk, chemical impurities, or fillers like most caffeine sources, and helps you attack the gym, burning with determination, even on those days you're struggling to drag yourself off the couch. But if you want that initial energy jolt from the caffeine to last long after you get home from the gym, then you'll be pleasantly surprised to hear that the next ingredient is ginseng. And it pairs perfectly with caffeine and anhydrous because they balance each other out. Meaning, if you're caffeine sensitive, this pairing will give you the energy jolt you need without the jitters or crashes. The reason why is because ginseng replenishes 2 critical neurotransmitters, dopamine and serotonin, that caffeine releases from your brain. The science backs it up too. In a 2020 animal study, the journal Frontiers in Cellular Neuroscience showed ginseng had a profound impact on raising the levels of serotonin in the brain. This serotonin boost also explains why, in one meta-analysis involving over 630 participants, researchers confirmed the consumption of ginseng led to a 31.2% reduction in mental fatigue. Even more remarkable, another randomized, double-blind, and placebo-controlled study led by a team of Korean researchers took 90 people, split them into 2 groups. One received ginseng and the other a placebo. After 24 weeks, those who took ginseng showed a 102% increase in working memory compared to the placebo group. Imagine that. With ginseng by your side, you'll feel alert and driven to crush your workouts.